Can you type in here, Ken?
Type in the chat.
Yeah.
I believe so. Live. You can type in the live chat. Yes.
Where you type it?
Let's see. I think you actually got to go live first.
It is live.
That chat button. Click on the live chat. All messages visible.
All right, there we go.
But it's not letting you type though.
Why wouldn't it?
Oh.
I'm asking.
I don't know.
All right, folks is coming, but away go waku, yo, trying to get, yo, it's not working. What's up? What up? All right, let's pile in. Oh no, let's get this chat going. All right. Pop it up. What's good? Now I got to hold this fucking phone. All right, whatever. Let's go. Let's get this sass on. We're going to talk some shit. Come on. Join the room. No teppers. Let's get this no tap on. No, we ain't talking that long, nigga. Let this crowd come in here. See what we got going on. Away Kuwaku. This camera app. Let's see what we can do here. All my niggas and my niggerettes. Oh, this is cold. This is Funky Cole Medina. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we can get it from here. Give me a second, guys. Still getting it together in this fucked up economy. Trying to get this info up. All right. Be getting it. Hotep beloved. This shit. Yes, sir. That's so whack. Waiting for folks to get in. And you. All right, where we at? All right, they piling up. Let's go. We're going to talk about New Year. All right. I'm just trying to get this computer shit going. All right. Now we in business. All right, y'all. Let's go. Hotep. All right. Where y'all at? Hey, got my tea and scones. Missy and my, what up? What up, King Baphomet? Holla. Set Nessie. He said, what happened to Miss Blue Show? I think it's still on the air somewhere, brother. Go get it. Grand Herbalizer. What up? What up? B.O.B. is the Grand Herbalizer. What time is it? We did another one like that, Swervo. Swervo. I knew a dude named Swervo before. We did another one like that on his Antimatter album called I don't know. I can't remember right now. But it's on the Antimatter album. It says featuring Brother Panic. And we was going Grand Rising. So we was doing the voice again. You'll love it. Come on, guys. Come on in here. Cash App. Hook me up. Make my new year bright. Cash App, $ Brother Pan. One word. Brother Pan. Gonna make my New Year's bright. All right, we're gonna talk about some end time events, end time spiritual information. That's where we going with this, guys and gals. What up, Josie Pie? Josie Pie in the building. All right, we have 464. We're gonna talk about some shit. Peace, Gas Draws.
Message.
Gas Draws
Message.
in the building. What up? What
Message.
up? Rodney Blunt. He said, what up, Larry? Who's Rodney Blunt? I remember that name from my childhood. Rodney Blunt or school or some shit. Rodney Blunt. What up, Larry? You better get the upgrade, son. Larry's been dead a long time ago. Brother Panic has emerged. With no
Message. Message.
What's up, New York?
Message.
In March. Rodney Blunt. Who's Rodney Blunt? I gotta look that up. He's probably on my Facebook. I remember that name. Missy. No Tep Jocko. Stray Panther 79. Gas Draws. Kaz Beverly, what up, Pam? Rific, Wayne Sanders, what's up? Devin Whitmore. Devon Whitmore, what's up, Talls? Devon Whitmore. What up, what up? Tanya John in the UK. We bumping up. We have 500. We're gonna start speaking when we get a little bit more. We're gonna let y'all pile up shout outs. I want you to hear some of the things, some of the mentality I think y'all need to have for the new year, guys and gals, ladies and dolls. It's real important, you know what I'm saying? For you guys to be on it. This year, it kind of lined up with some of the things that's going on, I believe. Again, I just went live on Instagram. My Instagram is Brother Panic. Look for me on Instagram, and you'll hear the prequel to this particular information share that already happened. The setup. That already happened. Ooh, this chair's unrelenting on the nigga's ass. Ken, look in that corner. You see any ass cushions? This little motherfucker ain't doing shit for my back. I better off standing on my goddamn knees. What up? What's up? What's up? What's good? What's up? What's up? Soldier 46. John D. Thanks, bro. Thank you, bro. Old men need ass cushions. All right, well, gives me more height, a little bit more cushiony. Amateur wrapped. Yeah, that's it. Wrapped in black. Thank you, Swervo. Yes, sir. Wrapped in black, bro. That's the joint. Wrapped in black. Wrapped in black. Woo, it's fire too. Grand Rising. Yeah, I was talking that shit. Vegetables are still not what I say. Get your nasty, funky asses off the wall. And I made the beat too. B.O.B. be slow on that. I produced that joint, but he had the sounds in all fairness. He found those sounds, but he wanted that, OG New York sound on that one. So he did leave it up to me. So that one is for I. That's a hard one. And that's some of the best rhyming he's done. I think y'all got to listen to him vocally. I didn't realize he was even that talented because he gave me all this acapella stuff from the Elements One. So I got a chance to really listen as I was playing with it. Doing a lot of mixes, a lot of New York mixes to him, which there's an album done. It's up to him when he's going to release. But I got to actually listen to what he was saying, which I never really did. Talent, talented brother. So happy to work with him. We had 600, so it's talk time. Know what I'm saying? Oh, class of cyclomancy. Like I said, I have to get myself back in a teaching mentality. It's done. I restudied it, picked up the notes, created a curriculum, and I'm about there. So after we do the deity party, that's when this is going to happen. And the deity party is February 18th. Tickets are still being sold. You understand? So y'all can go ahead and get that. You know what I'm saying? Anytime y'all ready. You know what I'm saying? Nasira Ali. I know that name. How you doing? Southmatic Saturday, son. This is Southmatic Saturday. Yeah, y'all bringing up stuff. I think B.O.B. made like 4 albums after Southmatic. That shit is so old. Soul Glow, that shit is so old. But it's fire ass songs, know what I'm saying? So I'm going to start to actually I could turn off chat here and then keep it on the computer. I like the way this is. I'm going to go ahead and start after the deity party. Tickets are still being sold. Info at somdreadings.com. Same site as Khadijah's website. Ken, do me one more favor, bro. Come on this side. I see this shit all over my face. Unplug that light for me. Thanks, bro. Let me get a water, too. Khadijah should be trying to order some water to bring up, too. Thanks. Mr. Mans is helping out, as always, my good brother. Thank you. I talked about it live on...
Message.
All right, let me
Message.
turn my phone on silent so we don't hear this. All right. So, y'all can cash at me. Make my new year bright. Cash app, Brother Panic Cash app, $ Brother Pan. That'll make anything will be nice. Anything will be nice. I spoke about it on the live that last 2 years, when y'all started seeing me talking laying down, actually before that, I had a back issue. Right after I did How to Die and Not Come Back, and more importantly, when I did The Wizard of Oz, which was directly after that, boom, had a back problem. And in fact, it was crazy because it started happening about 2 years before that. And when I went to New York, that's when it started. But then I started doing shit and kept it at bay, went away. It was just irritating, but it was going away. And that was the most excruciating shit I could think of. Then after I did then 2 years later, I did The Wizard of Oz and all of that shit. Well, How to Die, Not Come Back, The Wizard of Oz. And then, boom, it started happening again. And it went crazy, crazier than it was before. And before it was ridiculous. I was crawling. I would get to the house, make it from the car to the door and collapse in the hallway. Khadijah thought it was the end. My sons was losing his mind. The pain was fucking unbearable. Hospital for 3 weeks. What was interesting was the first week of excruciating pain in the hospital, Wild Style from Crucial Conflict called me. And he said he just felt something was wrong with me. I said, what? You were right on point. I'm at the lowest, dog. I'm ready to exit this place. And at this time, everyone was making the exit. I thought this was my exit. That's how, you have no idea. The one time when this was happening, I got on the toilet. Taking a shit was a holocaust because it's going past those nerves. I was taking a shit and just passed out. Woke up and just wiped my ass and was like, yo, that's how painful this shit was. I passed out taking a shit on the toilet. This is real talk. So, hospital for 3 weeks, physical therapy, and it really does nothing. I went home. They told me about wheelchairs and walkers and all that shit. Now, I had to get the walker. No way I'm walking through Walmart or the airport with a fucking walker. So I knew that shit was going to end quick. So they talking surgery, and I ain't trying to fuck with them. My sister hit me with my boy, DJ Hot Day. DJ Hot Day has been a friend since we were 14. Child, he's the one who put me on the music. He's still active in New York and still doing his thing. Hot, she told me Hot went through the same thing. So I wanted to see what he did. Called him, finally got in touch. He said he went through it at age 25. He was younger. I said, you did the surgery? He said, no. I exercised, but I was 25. I'm 50-something now. So then it showed me there's another option to get out of it. And sure enough, looked online, there's stretch options and this and that and the other. So there's a place called Alliance, sports therapy, stretching, dry needling, physical therapy, chiropractor, and I was already getting massage at the house. The guy, in fact, who does the massage works there part-time, Francisco, and put me onto it. And, a lot of sports guys go there, so it's top-notch shit by a famous chiropractor called Dr. Z. He started it. Dr. Z is the man. So everybody working for Dr. Z is on point. And sure enough, got me back to where the walker was gone, quick, fast. I should have had it longer, but fuck that. Stretching, if you look around here, the back inverter, you got weights. I don't want y'all to see how I got on sandals. All of this shit. Where's the weights? I don't want to, you got the bike, the weights, the stable bike and all of that kind of shit. And my, physical trainer at the house, and started getting shit back in order. Now, what I realized spiritually is exactly what happened to me, is exactly what I was telling y'all was fucking happening. The human body must become the Osirian body. My whole entire body changed. It was incredible. I lost all muscle mass. Oh, my skin was hanging off of me. I would look in the mirror. I said in the Instagram, my entire body looked like I was living in a nut sack. You know what I'm saying? I get out the shower, it'd be like a tight nut sack. And then, by the time I dry off, it's just like I'm one hanging testicle. I lived in a testicle bag. So Khadijah protein me every day because I'm actually building a new spiritual body. So the death process that people go through, I also told you, you are actually in the land of the dead now. We're in the cusp now. We're in between Acre, the two lions, the Sphinx, and the face on Mars has been identified, I think by Richard Hoagland, or whoever does the face on Mars, the white boy, that it is a lion. So it is the lion's face. We're in the place between two lions. We're in the death phase. And this is how we transform. Acre is where you get stuck and you need Isis. That's why you're in a patriarchal society, because it's up to you to find the divine mother here. Through the divine mother is how you transfer and you move on from this fucking part of the game, son. So I went through the Osirian change. That shit is not, it's probably easier to do when you fucking dead. This has been the most painful journey, and still I have to sit on shit. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. I can't stand still for long periods of time. Now it's getting to where there are better days, and there are more days I feel better than worse if there's inflammation. But you know, I got all the turmeric drinks and all of that shit for the inflammation. So I actually made the spiritual change, which I'm speaking from the perspective of when we do this today. Things you can do, because I can see how to get, and I've gone through this game before. Now I realize why I didn't want to come back to Earth, because I knew I would go through this to be an example. And that fucking sucked because it's the most painful. Now, Manza, Kenneth Manza, he was, now I'm going to say the word. Here, it's become a bad word. But from the ancient perspectives, this was the most honorable word. And that was someone who would serve us. And it's not just me because I'm cool. Kenny would do it almost for anybody. But me and his particular relationship, I did the channel, and he did, I'll say it to make it better, work with me before in Egypt. So he came right on time, pretty much, and became the arms and legs for the last year and change now. No, well, it was about a year or so. A whole year Khadijah, of course, was doing it. So, because it's been 2 years pretty much, or whenever that Wizard of Oz thing went up. Since then, Khadijah, then Kenny for about a year of help, even up until today. He's actually doing, helping out with a few things. So honor to Kenny Manza for that. And it's actually a form of power, which is now a dirty word because of what they told us about slavery. But it has nothing to do with that. It has a certain form of humility. That humility was brought out in the mythology by Hanuman, if you think I'm bullshitting. Study the Ramayana in Hanuman, and you'll find out Hanuman's humility opened up the heart chakra because he's doing heart work for for Sita and Rama and Sita. So those, especially the second part of the Ramayana, when Hanuman becomes the absolute submissive servant to these two's love, and you'll always see him holding his heart open, because that's the true science of the servant or the server. You get what I'm saying? And naturally not to piss your server off at a restaurant. You don't tell your server, look, bitch, you're going to feel she's going to put a thumb in your food, their dick in your potatoes, spitting the soup, you know what I'm saying? Urination in the pot. The sky's the limit. So you kind of treat your server with dignity. Yes, ma'am. And you tip your server, showing that they did a well job of making you feel as if you are that king in that moment, as what you say goes in that moment. They're doing it through submission, and through their submission, they become the masters or the next masters on the upcome, based upon them studying under those who've come and look at it as school. No one's better than anybody. You get what I'm saying? I'm not better than anybody. You understand what I'm saying? You can do what I can do. So as we move up this year, because of Our before and after is Beetlejuice. You guys really need to get into this. I know you feel that somehow you're supposed to have a human before and after. This human before and after gives you this oh, we're gonna have a block party. Yeah, if y'all writing stupid shit, you're gonna go. Just let yourself know that. We'll have a block party today. All right, so we need to understand our before and after. Let me take this off. This is distracting. Okay. So our before and Bobby Hemmett told me in 2000, everyone was talking about the Y2K thing. And when nothing happened, the lecture circuit plummeted because they want a human event. They're waiting to beat that white man, waiting for some shit to happen where they go, now we're winning. We're out of the ghetto and they're giving us bank loans. We're on our way, niggas. Consciousness works. That's not what it's about. That's not what I'm about. I don't know what the fuck these niggas is about today. They're about telling you whatever you want to hear, including that you should get into crypto. How's that working out? NLPs or whatever that was. How did that work out? Yeah, I thought so. Because what white men are doing or trying to do no longer will work. It wasn't really working before, but it absolutely, positively will not work now. We have shifted into a new reality. The problem is you're holding on to the old reality. You're holding on to wanting to beat them, wanting to win economically, wanting to get a better this or a better that. That's cute and that's a human thing, and we could play with that all day. But what you better have in your head, in your mind, is something greater. I get that you're having a human experience, so buy all the Nikes and the Gucci boots you want, but that's not what consciousness is about. You could talk it, and even in this thing, I was not about being a poor, righteous teacher. Nothing says you have to be poor or live poor to be righteous. Nothing says that. That's not written anywhere. So I have always and will always tell you, as long as this thing exists, do the best you can, appease your ego any way you want, wear the crap you want, but have a better mind than that. If this is the crap is the only thing you have on your mind or the end goal of your mind, you have a problem, in my opinion. So you can have that bullshit, you can have that cake, and you can eat it too. No one says you can't. You could do anything you want to do, but you have to have the right mindset to do it. This particular mindset that we're moving on into 2023, you better step onto it. The universe is ongoing, and the only rule in the universe is change. You have to be with that change. That's chaos. Chaos is melanin. Melanin is the substance of chaos. You have to be a part of that change. You have to be a part of that transformation. And to do that, that's a mindset. It's not a thing you do. It's not a mountain you climb. It's not a rope you lasso. It's not a cartwheel you do. It's all in the mind. The universe is mental. To control the universe, you must control your mind. Now, I've been teaching that in class, and others have been teaching you all during the time. But most of y'all are interested in the bullshit, in the get rich PPP scheme of the day. Now, fine, do it if you could get over with it, but it only works to serve you to do more conscious work. If that's where you stop and pat yourself on the back, then you're just a human being, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you're in the wrong place here if you're fucking around with me. What I expect and always expect is you to understand I only offer one thing, and that's information. Information that leads you to a place for you to study this shit yourself and come up with whatever you come come up with so you don't have to follow me. More information in that area is on my Instagram, Brother Panic, BROTHAPANIC at Instagram. So hit at BROTHAPANIC and click, get on my Instagram, subscribe here, and you'll hear more information, pre information to this lecture that sets up what I'm gonna say now. I don't feel like repeating it all. All right, so because of Beetlejuice, I talked about then, and I'll explain it quite simply now. The Egyptians called it the breath of Shu, and Shu, of course, means wind. Scientists talk about something called cosmic winds, and that light travels throughout whatever this holograph is, or they map it through the holographs because it's actually an internal thing in a black woman and black man's mind that is projected out in the universe, just like a planetarium. You walk into a planetarium, you sit down, there's a dome, which speak towards the flat earth theory and us being under a dome. And then there's a projection on the dome that makes you believe you're in the universe. That is a vast universe out there. But we know at the planetarium, that's an illusion. But wait, I thought you agreed and understood that you're living in an illusion now. So how could that be real up there? So when you see Beetlejuice, or they observe Beetlejuice, or whatever it is that they observe up there and call it Beetlejuice, supernovae, there's a light in you that has been released. So as they call it the breath of the Shu, they're saying the cosmic wind, or through you, it will move and once it gets to the pineal. So now you can look at that as breathing techniques as well. That you can do meditations through your breathing by controlling your breathing. Once you open that pineal, which is the sun, it distributes that light all around, because the outward story is through Beetlejuice, it hits all the other suns or other stars through cosmic winds, and then is dispensed to all the planetary bodies, i.e. the humans on the planetary body, or the people who can receive it through melanin, which is the communication tool of light of the sun, which is a great thing is to speak to why let's pretend white people can eventually turn into us, and maybe perhaps if they can, I don't give a fuck. I'm not in their boat, so I don't care. I'm here to deal with what we got and what we have. Melanin doesn't just mean color. You have to get into Richard King's work to understand that melanin is a receiver, as an input-output system of very advanced light. That's why you get darker, and they call it melanin, because you get darker when you're out in the light or the sun, because the melanin that's in you is coming to the surface to receive messaging from the sun. That's why you get darker. White people have none of that spiritualized melanin, to get spiritualized melanin to get a message from the sun. Everything must have melanin here. Let's get that. They don't have enough to get spiritual messages. Therefore, they burn in the sun and use to protect the sun, because they get no messages from the sun. That's why you're the sun people. But you're the melanin people. If you didn't have melanin, the sun would fuck you up too. So the sun isn't your friend. The messaging, as you can see in the movie K-Pax, as they travel through light, is what you're interested in from the sun here. And it's dispensed through greater suns, different types of suns. Betelgeuse is a red dwarf star from the Orion constellation that supernovaed and sent light through the breath of the Shu, or cosmic winds, that opens up the sun. Internally, as above, so below. Internally, that's through the meditations and understanding what time we're in. All you have to do, and I told you meditations at the time, close your eyes. They gave it to you in the movies. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Say it in your head on the count. Release. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. You're connecting with it, and enough of that, you're going to open up the pineal, dispense that light through your body. That's the phase lambda light. Phase lambda light. And that phase lambda is the key light. Now, the book where the secret society revealed all this shit through one author and pretending it was her was Judy K. King, The Isis Thesis. And in that book, damn man, you should have brought some more treats, nigga.
I'm gonna go down and get some more.
Yeah, nigga. Wait a minute. Hold on. Look in the room. The mounds. Well, no, don't get the mounds. I'm gonna spit coconut over my phone. Just probably probably that Hershey's that you got. I won't spit as much. I think I need some sugar waters. Get a ginger ale though.
Ginger ale?
Yes, sir. I got them things for you too, Ken.
What thing?
That shit you said you wanted to fuck with, the patties.
Oh, okay.
I made some, so I saved some for you. All right, bro. All right, so that, what was I saying? That breath of shoe, that light, Judy K. King. So she wrote in the book that this book is about she bringing together the bacterial world and the viral world with the quantum world, Earth, and another, I'm missing one. So she showed how they all overlapped. And she used the Egyptian books of the dead, which collectively are called the funerary texts. Fuck that shit. Stand up, this shit right here, boy, is very uncomfortable seat. She used the funerary text. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna just lay in my fucking bed and do this shit. Well, I could sit on something else. She used the Egyptian funerary text as the guide. And prior to that, no one's really able to really figure that shit out. Let me get that. I ain't rotating shit. No one's able to really figure that out on a comprehensive level, even in the conscious community, maybe bits and parts and all of that. So I always felt, and why not, they had that key to that information, and that's why you heard about the burnt Library of Alexandria and all the rest of that crap, because they had the keys, Napoleon and all of them, raiding the Temple of Dendera and all of that stuff. What they were doing then was stealing the keys to our information. But again, the problem is they have no melanin, so they can't access it. So every once in a while, they have to put out, and this is what Bobby Hemmett was telling me in 2004 when he was giving me the book. Every once in a while, they have to put out certain information to the public to hear what the public has to say. Truth be told, they're listening to what I have to say because they need the melanin to figure out the key and what this means now and for them. So that's why they haven't shut me down. They want to hear it because they can't do it. So they want to hear it from me, but I don't mind saying it because they can't do it. It's genetic. It's genetic. And you have to line yourself up with your genetics in end time spiritual events, because genetically is your transformation tool to get out. Your thought process is in the way of it. All them niggas you following in good looking, bro. Yeah. This nigga got a few varieties. Let's get this popping. I'm not feeling this goddamn seat right here. I'm gonna sit.
You got another ass seat you can use?
Nah, it's this chair. You know, I should have got a better chair. But no, it's cool. I sit right here. This is
good.
Yeah, I mean, I sit up against it. It's just as good. Even better, actually. All right. So, yeah, we might have to close those blinds, though. All right. Yeah. I mean, truthfully, I could sit up against this wall, but this is feeling funky cold Medina right now. All right, so your genetics are the key, but you have to line yourself up with the cosmic end time events or earthly events are actually telling you what your genetics are doing based upon correspondence, as above, so below. So when you see something above, they're telling you what your genetics are doing. Now, in this book by Judy K. King, she had to drop the information on what the Egyptians said about this particular light source called Phage Lambda. That number one is bacterial in nature, and they considered it to be our true ancestor, literally Osiris. That's why this is coming from the Osirian belt. This is what the slaves talked about as swing low, sweet chariot, coming for us, the sweet mothership, the mothership, the soul ship is actually light. You are a light being. There's no nigga coming, no cherubim coming to save your ass. Angels are just angles of light. This phage lambda is the angle of light that transforms you out of the physical world back home, heaven, into the quantum world. And the Egyptians, how'd you do that? What's that?
It's the live.
You got it going live there? How'd you do that
No,
shit?
this is actually your live.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to see it go live.
There you go.
Oh, how'd you get that?
I just refreshed it.
Oh, but is it going live right now?
Yeah, that's live.
That's live? So I don't have to look at my phone?
No, the
No,
phone is
no.
sending a different feed. It's in the delayed feed too.
So we just seen it live.
Right.
And that sucks. All right,
So
fuck
the
it.
phone is powerful. That signal is powerful.
Signal's more powerful than
Than the
the
laptop.
no. I think a lot of people they just got to shut down a little because it keeps freezing. All right, but whatever, we here.
Yeah.
All right, and there's 1371 people in the building. All right, and we're going to get to it. You know how I go, folks. We ain't even get started yet. Okay, so she talked about the importance of it. If you want to make it easy for yourself, she has a lecture on her second book, Balls of Fire, where she talks about within an hour in detail about this particular light and the importance of it and what it does in terms of transformation through the death process. Now, they, of course, have to study it with all their heart because they're trying to get to a place where they're like you, where the genetics dictate. Now, we've been here for so long, our genetics. She's also talked about in that lecture how your junk DNA is nothing more than a collection of bacteria and viruses that you now have immunity to. And your immunity to these things are actually the transformation process. So when they told you to put on the mask, wash your hands, stay 6 feet away from people, they were trying to keep you with folly away from this particular bacteria that was supposed to hit your ass at a certain point for the transformation process. The Omarion one was actually the one. That's the one everyone got. They also faked a virus to simulate it and was killing you with that. We was going through hell, but we wouldn't die from it. Kenny Manza gave that shit to everybody. You should got more of these, motherfuckers. Oh, you did? Oh, they was in the. Oh, I got to show you where the stash is. It's all good. So we all got it. The whole crew. Y'all should have heard about that already. And it lasted for about a month. But then I talked to so many conscious people around the world at that time, and Khadijah even more so through readings and whatnot, and started to find out that a lot of people were getting the Omarion. That's when I realized that was the transformative one. That's one of the light sources that most conscious people got that one. We're waiting for. Now, don't get it twisted. Ultimately, this was Bobby's thought process on it. This all had the end. And even the Christian still went through the Holocaust down here, therefore has the right to I got a straw somewhere, right? Pop. Thanks, bro. I can't even see. Oh man, wrong way. I want to bend it.
Right. That's the
Even the Christian, thanks, bro. All right. Even the Christian went through the Holocaust down here. Therefore, that Christian has the right to transform too, even though he wasn't talking about Hotep, beloved, and all the rest of the shit, which is just social and not deep. Anyway, so now he believed it all had to end. Therefore, all of us had that light. And all of us have the same, it's no system on the other side of you better, I'm better. We're one mind. So there's no separation or illusion of separation that you have down here. So you may say, oh, Brother Panic's the coolest, but I'll be just as cool as you, just as smart as you, because you'll have access to my mind because it is your mind already. So there's no, this system of learning is actually at its end. There's truthfully no more learning down here. We already did it. We already got the t-shirt. We're in a grand waking mood. This was supposed to wake, we're supposed to be waking up, and it has happened. Francis Cress Welsing, Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine, C. Freemanell, Dr. Aleem L. Bay, Dr. Clark, Dr. Ben. You know, you could go, you know, who am I missing? Right, famous Amos Wilson, Asa Hilliard, Oscar Kwesi, Walter Williams, Wayne Chandler, Richard King, Kalindi, I said Joel Pogram, right? Joel Pogram. I mean, those originators, when this circuit came together, and I'm sure I'm missing a few. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Africa. Right. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Browder. Anthony Browder. You know, those guys came and gave you information and understood it wasn't about followers following them. It was information to do with it what thou wilt. And so we had that rising.
C. Freeman said, don't forget my name. He just told me.
No, I said C. Freeman. No, the first one. Oh, that's my nigga. He might want it to be said twice. Oh, C. Freeman, that never forget him. But like, understand that happened already. The internet was a second phase of sweeping early on. So there was people who just couldn't get to the information, but the information was still semi-pure before it became followers and following and monetizing shit. Monetizing. Nigga, that was the death of this shit, the beginning of the end. What I tried to do was keep integrity with the original intention. And I hope I did. And because the original intention was an information share, not a follow me to whatever the fuck is popping share. Crypto's popping, you think you lead in black people and all of this shit. Nobody's here to lead you, or nobody should be here to lead you. You should be leading your own monkey ass. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Where were they when currency exchange was out? Where was these niggas at with that? That was crypto before crypto.
What's that? Currency exchange? I don't even know what that shit is and don't even care. Right. Like I don't even care what crypto, the non-existent crypto is now. You know what I'm saying? Shit is fucking laughable. That's not going to save us. That's not going to be the way out. And it's not really a save us thing. It's a save yourself thing. There is no us. The us exists on the other side. And that us is the I am that I am, because we are of one mind. Your mind is so complex. You separated yourself into what you call people to have multiple experiences that interact, interplay with each other, all connected through degrees of separation. through each other. So you can have the one experience of earth for it to be a collective experience that we all now have. There was a hoe, there was a doctor, there was a butcher, there was a nigga that did every single goddamn thing you could do. What did you do, nigga? I polished fucking doorknobs, nigga.
Right.
And whatever he learned from that, everyone could pull from, because we are the one divine mind and we're living in it. This is an aspect of how we dream. Now we have been in a wake up phase, and there's a particular substance that needs to be released in us, and that was played out through Beetlejuice. That substance or that light is in us, but if you don't turn on or access the light, then it's irrelevant. Most Christians have that light in them. That's why they're good people, but they don't know how to access it for their transformation. So me knowing how to access it for my transformation down here, I went through something a lot of people can't physically, was do that goddamn back shit. You know what I'm saying? To come back. And people go through it all the time. That's not necessarily what's happening. Remember, what is Osiris depicted as? Yeah, let me see if you've been studying, nigga.
What is he depicted as? I'm not sure.
The pillar. The Jed pillar, which is your spine.
Okay.
Oh, you ain't ready. So I told everyone through the death process, you must die. The eye of Horus must become the eye of Osiris. The body of Osiris is the body you need to make the quantum leap. Your quantum leap is how you get out of here. So your consciousness represents the eye of Horus. You give the eye of Horus to Osiris. Then the body is built through the death phase. That's what I talked about. And it gets paused and stopped at certain areas that you need to get certain things in your DNA. And if your consciousness isn't there, you go back to home. That's another way of saying if your heart is being weighed by a feather. So that actually speaks more to your emotional state. So if you're chasing crypto and all the rest of that crap, your heart is heavier than a feather. You have to know and put in perspective your human shit. If crypto's on the table, I'm not chasing it. But if somebody said there's $1 million on that table, don't be stupid. Go get it. But if you're doing things actively to do it, how much you want to do and how much are you celebrating it? So in other words, if I found a way to do it, I'll find a way to do it until I get it done. Then I'll say, here, niggas, go here. Not, yeah, we need to get into crypto.
Here's the news of the day.
But you ain't got nothing. You ain't did it. But we need to do it as a people. That's pathetic. So I get it. Don't be stupid. If you have some sort of knack to, well, or had, because I don't think there's a crypto to have anymore. And even if there is, it's been so negative now because of this dude. What's his name again?
SBF.
SBF.
Sam Bankman-Fried.
Sam Bankman-Fried.
Yeah.
Because of what he did, it ain't going nowhere.
Tore him up.
Tore it up, tore the idea of it down. So that's because, and what we're going to get into is nothing's going to work for them anymore. That light has happened. Donald Trump, y'all should be celebrating. He exposed them and their politics, which we always knew, for what it is. Now they have to, for politics to work, they have to move in a stealth mentality. They have to move in the mentality that they're really trying to help, but the Democrats and Republicans, you know, it takes a while to eat a chocodile. You know, we would have did that, but the fucking Republicans. Obama didn't do nothing. Well, the Republicans wouldn't let him do it. So you get to say that all day, and while people which are white trash, more Republican-minded, and silly Negroes who are more Democratic-minded get to blame each other. That's a system. So when Donald Trump came in and didn't play the system, he exposed it more for what it really is to the world. We already knew. We didn't go, oh, what? They're really? We know that bullshit. We know it's all a game. But there's nothing we could say if they keep pretending to help us. You can't point it out in court. Why they ain't doing this? Why ain't doing that? Well, you know, that's the law. And we're trying to do it, and Republicans want that, and We're working the house and we're voting and we're nigger. Appeasement. My next book will be in that subject, power versus force. I'm gonna show you why them niggas use force and was given the illusion of power in Congress, only to do another forceful fight. You never get true power. Matter of fact, who set up Congress? That's power. Who said this is how we handle shit? Through Congress. You working in Congress doesn't do it. Whoever dictates college and gives out degrees is the power. Your ass getting a degree is the illusion of power. The same way you went to college and thought you would have a better job and do not. I had my GED and worked next to some niggas with masters all my life, all my working life. You understand? It's not like they were in an exclusive club, and the exclusive club is still the illusion because they all ultimately work for the system of power, which is oppression to you. That power base is falling if you're paying attention. You're just too busy trying to chase crypto or whatever the fuck it is you're doing to understand that it's your turn. But we don't know what our turn is.
Right.
So let's pretend this new year, which is just made up day, means something. Or we can make it mean anything anytime. Why not now? So this particular light has happened through cosmic wind. It's in you. And I went through the Osirian process, which you won't have to go through, which is so painful to damn near L4 and L5 busting on your ass. Let me tell y'all niggas, they had to give me an epidermal with no anesthesia. Shit. Motherfucker. Woo. That pain. First, that nigga stuck the needle in and it was ridiculous. Then he said, "Are you ready?" When he hit me with that epidural shit, nigga, please. Then he said, "You ready for the other one?" Nigga, what? Nigga, please. Hit me again. And it takes 2 weeks for it to kick in, and it still really ain't kicking. It did better. The exercise after I talked to Hot Day is what really started doing it and get me, functioning. You know what I'm saying? I could walk around the mall, go to a restaurant and, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bad days, but less bad days now. That was personally, that was a transformation for me after I said what I said and I had the realization. And fuck, now I know why I didn't want to come to planet Earth. I was like, shit, why wouldn't I want to come to planet Earth? This has been a playground for my ass. I never got sick. I was born in Queensbridge. Shan shouted me out on the record. Larry laughed third, least not last. Nigga, I'm golden. I walked around with my chest puffed out. I got a lot of work because of it. I got a lot of good money because of it. Worked at record labels. Got into IT. Had golden job. So I'm sitting there like, damn, this wasn't a bad experience. Until that back, nigga. Ooh, wee. Ouch. Now I know why I want to come back to this motherfucker. But this to say it showed me personally, and I'm able to talk to you about it, that we are in the time now. We are in the time where this light is here and you only have to access it with your mind and your mentality. So as we move forward in 2003, what I've started to learn is it's your own thoughts that defeat you. Now, it's your attitude that has to change. And it's a little bit harder than you think. And I also know Kenny, who's mild-mannered, is around me to teach me that shit. Because all I do is rag on his ass, but that's how I am. I'll joke. He's starting to joke back, and he's actually starting to get funnier. So he's learning as well a certain kind of thing, because what you did notice, I bet, is that they come anytime, anywhere, immediately. That's actually a skill, to be able to tap into that particular ether, which I want you guys to be able to understand. That's what we got. So remember, you'll say something, I'll be right back with a joke. Right back. Floodgate. And then, but even before the floodgate, just the wittiness of it. Sometimes it shocks me that I can think of something to retaliate based upon something you just said. So what is that? That actually was crafted better through lecturing. And what is that? That was me being able to get into what they call, what you niggas been calling the universe. The universe is this, and the universe is saving me, and the universe is that. The universe is not, is like saying outside is saving you when you're in your house. Outside is saving me. Maybe outside, the outside is talking to me. No, it's not. Because there's a lot of motherfuckers outside. So you need specific motherfuckers that you're going to say, oh, yeah, the lawn guy cut my lawn. Outside didn't cut my lawn. The particular lawn guy cut my lawn. That's why you would call spirits by their name. That's the universe. That's the many complex names of the universe. Hanuman, Oshun, Ogun, Obatala, Shiva, Kali, Krishna, everybody, you know what I'm saying? What you call it? Voodoo deities, Petro in the voodoo deities, Palo deities, Greek deities, which are ours, Norse deities, which are ours. Know what I'm saying? What you call them? That's good enough. So those are the complex names of the universe. That's why you dealt with them specifically. You need your lawn cut, you call the lawn guy. You need your house wash, you call the house guy, the washing. You need your windows done, you call the window guy. You need your air conditioning done, you call the air conditioning guy. You don't say, universe, fix my fucking air condition. Stupid. What you're doing is the same subliminal programming of God. God will take care of it. God is doing that. God, I just trusted in God and God did it. How come you feeding all these people? God just doing it. The universe is doing it. It's the same generic crap that you haven't gotten over. It's specifics in there because those specifics are formulas on how you craft your own mind. Formulas on how you craft your own mind. You might have to sit in the front, King. I ain't looking at you like I'm having a conversation. And if I look towards you, you know what I'm saying? It'll be a little bit better. So, you cool with that? All right. So now, specifically, the universe is inside you. Dr. Africa taught and shows in his book, Nutricide, by Dr. Africa, a picture of the top of your third ventricle. And you see the Sirius star system in your third ventricle. Clearly. That's in your head. This is a projection of what's happening here. What happened in Beetlejuice happened in you. And this is the way I accessed it through the Osirian change, because I didn't die. I was like, fuck that. And then the spine thing happened right after I did the thing. I don't suggest you go that route of transformation. It should happen through the death phase when you feel no pain. That's why this happens during that phase. But the Egyptians were trying to get you prepared for that phase. I was over prepared. Do all the teaching and searching and researching, and it happened while I'm still can feel the pain of the Osirian body. Feel me on this now. All right, so now what can you do to prepare yourself? It's a mindset that you must start to have, a mindset that you must start to adapt. And I get it now. It's called, as stupid as you would think this is, being a nice person. Being a nice person is actually being up the middle. You will find, or what I found at the attempt at trying to be a nicer person, just in general, because, you start getting that hate humanity, and that's what happens. you start dealing with so many things and find out the farce of humanity. Each human person that comes to you or that you see, you're disgusted with. And you don't realize it turns up in your attitude. This happens anyway because most people are disgusted with humanity based upon their abuse. That's the anger thing, which I absolutely had in abundance based upon my upbringing, which I write about in my second book, Seven Laws of Power. So with that anger in abundance, I had the realization and started working on dealing with it. And what I noticed, it was just all in my thinking. There was no real action in terms of stop doing this or stop doing that. Just stop thinking that way.
Let me ask you this:
Uh-huh.
where did the value change in your mind that being nice was necessary?
Well, we're gonna get to the value that change being nice. I'm doing air quotes was necessary. As is because it started with me having the realization of my angry reaction. It was like because I was going through the Osirian phase, and which is a death phase. I had my life of anger flash before me, and it was showing me my biggest unseen problem. You're taught in any ghetto USA, if you're not this way, you pussy. And truthfully, it's a survival tactic because the kids who had the roughest, I'm trying to get in the most comfortable ass position I can.
Right, it's pretty good.
My ass, I was trying to lay on my side and get a lean on where I could get that cushion right, but might just use this side piece right here. Trying to dig in, guys. Give me.
There you go.
All right, that's a little bit better. All right, so my life flashed before me, and I said, God damn, now I realize why this one doesn't talk to me. I'm talking about people from childhood. Damn, I was doing that. I felt embarrassed. There was old friends I was calling, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna apologize. You know, I know it's kind of rough dealing with that. And some of them would say, like, fuck that. We needed somebody like you in the hood. Because, you know, they wasn't strong with the gangster. So they were saying, yeah, we put up with it because each place we walked, we felt safe because we had that type of nigga. I said, okay. So I seen that. And then between me, Khadijah, the family, those outbursts, those grumpy days, that kind of shit, you know, embarrassed about it. So I realized to curb it, it's all in my thinking.
All right.
So when I felt the thoughts brewing up, only one person could stop it, me. And I have. And they'll teach you that in self-help shit, anger management. So, but through curbing the anger, you're really talking about your reactions. Your reactions, how you deal with people. So I made it my business, and I talked about it before, to start talking to people, Uber drivers, nicer just for the fuck of it. The first thing I noticed was I felt better at the end of the day.
All right.
I felt, Khadijah used to ask shit like, you know, when I come home, how did it go? How was the day? How was this? Oh, this stupid motherfucker at the bank. There was this cuckoo bitch in Walmart, and this bitch had on this and that and that. Then it started turning more into like, yeah, it was great. We were fine. I had fun. I was doing this. And I started to realize it's because it's you that sees this way. And that's, of course, you'll find that in any self-help book, but I don't read self-help books. But I knew the concept, you just don't think it applies to you. And when I seen it absolutely applies and understand what they talk about when they're talking about this, the problem is most of them don't have a spiritual purpose for this. They have a human purpose to do this. And it still makes sense because what you're trying to do is master your humanity so you can move on. You cannot graduate if you still have human issues. Anger is a human issue. Get what I'm saying? Anger is a human issue, or at least let's say the context in which we dealing with it. It's a human issue. That's why they'll show you many gods in their emotion, because they're trying to show you how they overcome it, how they're powerful, how it all interacts. They're telling you a story about you. And so how you defeat it, how you're the Christ or the Krishna. There's always this Christ figure that defeats it. There's a book called 16 Crucified Savior by Kersey Graves that tells you about all the Christ figures around the world before there was a Jesus guy.
Hero with 1,000 faces.
Hero with 1,000 faces, same shit.
Okay.
Same type of shit. And this Christ energy is what you are as a conscious person. That's what Christ energy is. What you're supposed to be. Okay, 12 Zodiac. They all, C. Freeman L. talked about how all the Zodiac at one point were animals, not just the few that are left. For instance, Libra, which are 2 scales, used to be a donkey with 2 scales on it. So the idea was there was a higher aspect of you and an animal aspect of you. These lower natured emotions are the animal aspects of you, which are over, which was personified in Donald Trump. The lower animal nature was displayed, no longer hidden, and exposed for what it was and is right now for the last 4 years, showing you that day is over. So the little aspects of the behavior that we still hold from the trauma, genocide, and animosity of this place must also go. As cliche as it sounds, you have to forgive and forget. We are no longer entangled in white man shit or the scenario. We still gonna have that little shit we gotta go through with your rent and your bills. But you're gonna have to do every other thing until you can get to a spiritual level where a solution presents itself, which it will. If you follow the path of this, you'll be surprised. I've done it for years and led many to oh shit moments based upon you stay in the path. Stay in the path. But look at it this way, you're paying rent anyway. There's things you got to do, and Donald Trump is the template. The ego, the narcissism, the psychopathic narcissistic behavior, the entitlement. You don't think you're that? I'm goddess such and such. Khadijah's telling me a story yesterday. Someone who's in a class came over to do our granddaughter's hair. Said she went to some event, and because she looks young, but she's like 30 something. And it said she did the event, the girl snapping her fingers. You little girl, come here. She said, wait a minute, I'm 30 something. You know, I'm not a little girl, and you shouldn't be saying that anyway. So she called her, oh, Karen, should I put this there? Wait a minute, my name is Queen. Ba 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 bang. That's entitlement. Have no science, no nothing. Seen some cute bitches in the Egyptian picture, and they the fucking queen. Modeling themselves egotistically. They're nothing more or nothing better than what Donald Trump is. Donald Trump just has more money and more power to be what they wish they were. Same kind of thing, which Bobby Hemmett pointed out first. He said, y'all all laughing at Michael Jackson. He just has the money to do what y'all niggas want to do anyway. You old crypto niggas. You old crypto niggas. He just has the money to do to his face what y'all doing anyway psychologically. So we still have this same Donald Trump problem. We just don't have it unscathed. We have other things like paying rent that take us down a notch. Get what I'm saying? They don't have, Donald Trump doesn't have that problem. That's why he's out of control. That, but is great. It was displayed for us to show you what is spiritually, to show you what is dead, what is dying. And if you have any of that mentality, you better find it. And this is your quickest way to self-realization and getting into the party of what's happening in the universe. Get into, like I said, the universe's only law is constant change, which is chaos. You are a chaos being. That's what your melanin is by nature. So if you want to join the party to truly destroy the humanity, you have to destroy the humanity in you. And what I first started with was my biggest problem, anger. You have to deal with your childhood traumas and let them go. I used to teach in class, starting with the first three chakras. When you're in the heart chakra, to really step into Christ consciousness, it starts with, you need three things: forgiveness, healing, and compassion. All the attributes they said Jesus Christ was. So you first start with yourself to have compassion that you're only human, you are who you are, this is your limitations, and you never hit that high note.
Right.
You never made that jump shot. You never hit the ball out the park.
Never got the fine chick.
Never got the fine chick. Never got the prom queen. You got the prom fiend. But then look at it. The prom fiend had good pussy. Undoubtedly. That undoubtedly. Know what I'm saying? She'll throw you a doggy style that you nut and say, I ain't done yet. I am not done yet. So that looking at the bright side was even told to you in Laws of Attraction. Don't look at what you don't have. Say what you do have is it. And it multiplies in your thought process. So see yourself in abundance now, and you see yourself in desperation, you multiply desperation. Therefore, what becomes in your thoughts becomes your reality. Your thoughts are your reality, no doubt. No doubt. So anger is, even though I was able to function and make a nice life being an angry guy, if you will, there's still in the house not spiritual chi or comfort on the level that it should be. You get what I'm saying? So there's good and bad in everybody. You get what I'm saying, as they say. But this is not about good and bad deeds. This is about releasing your humanity through the thought process. Now, letting go by being honest about your emotions and who and what you are. This in the occult is actually facing your demons. This is what the dark side is. This is called your shadow self, your doppelganger, your twin. It is the invisible friend that you created from a child to protect you, your characteristic, which you call your nicknames. So your innocent nickname is what your mother called you. So when you do your spiritual work, you better call Tink Tink, Nunu, Nana. Know what I'm saying? Right, perfect. We call our granddaughter name is Nayani. So we see her as a little innocent joy. And that's what babies are before they grow up to be fucked up teenagers. So what do we call her? Nana. Nana. Everyone had a name. Come here, KK. Come here, Boo Boo. Nook Nook. Chunk Chunk, and all that. Use that name like a deity to call yourself by your childhood name, because that's what your parents deemed as innocent. To find your innocence, KK, what was your name? Go ahead, give it up. Bobo. That's right. You told me that before. Bobo over here is innocent. So is Kenny. Pretty much. But Bobo is what he needs to refer and deify because that is what they pull from the universe. In fact, Aleem talks about even meditating using your government name because that's what your parents lined up to center yourself in the meditation. Just chant your full name by which your parents named you. Your real government, not Larry, Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? Lawrence. Terrible, son. Terrible. Yeah, I know. I hate that shit. Because it was my father's name. So now you can't really hate it. Because now you're saying I hate my dad. But come on, motherfucker, you couldn't figure out nothing else. I went for Lyle at least. Hey Lyle. Hey Lyle. Yeah, hey Lyle. I'd have went for that shit at least. Lawrence. So you gotta chant your shit and that'll put you centered. Not all that shit you made up on Facebook. Oh, it came to me. My name is Rojo. Shut the fuck up. That may be fine and good to be quite honest, but who cares? But Bobo is your innocence. Now, what they call me in the street is panic. Panic is filled with anger. He had to be to survive. He's not a bad person. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It has to do with his environment. And if he doesn't, he can't be Bobo on the streets, even though they are Bobos on the streets. But he's the street Bobo. Bobo itself is not an innocent name. You know what I'm saying? But Bobo called by you can be. Hold on, y'all. Open up my Hershey. The fucking Hershey's is hard to open, man. What the fuck?
Right. Especially
I need that chocolate, son. I'm feeding right now, son. It's really, what the fuck is happening right here? Who is this? Hey, we live? So, Bobo, I ain't telling y'all niggas mine. That's why I use Kenny's. Is how you get to your innocence. I ain't gonna tell you Khadijah's street name. Y'all be using that shit, she'll be mad at my black ass. And I won't get none of these Hershey's. Ain't that right, Bobo? Ain't that right, Bobo? Oh, that's the new one right now. Ain't that right, Bobo? Ain't that right, Bobo? Oh, I'm awake now. Ain't that right, Bobo? Oh, I hear that one. Ain't that right, Bobo? I bet you niggas is typing that right now. Ain't that right, Bobo? Ain't that right, Bobo? Bobo. Bobo is his innocent name. Well, we meditate on that. And if you meditate on your street name or the name you chose, like I chose Panic. And niggas on the street call me Panic. And they put a brother in it to make it cute. But I chose that name and the pan was already built in.
right.
Already built in because I'm calling something out of my subconscious. And to be more specific, Dane chose that shit. We were chilling and I was like, yo, I need a new name because, breakdancing was getting old for us. So I couldn't walk around the streets being called Kid Curve. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you remember that shit. Kid Curve. So I needed a new name. So Dane was just sitting there. He drew the shit like on some humming shit and said, yo, this is you.
You went to the universe and got your
He went and got my name straight up. Panic. I said, yeah, nigga, that's it. I'm talking about I wrote that shit. I was graffiti. That's where it started. I remember years later, I never thought graffiti really kicked off, but niggas started calling me Panic in the street. Years later, I was dealing with Nas on something, and he came and was like, yo, them graffiti pieces, because they were younger. So he was like, them shits was crazy, yo, Panic. We used to see Panic, and it was Panic. I'm like, damn, that shit makes an impact.
Yeah.
But I realize in hindsight, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get your name heard. So we used to sit and draw on these flyers, and I just keep drawing Panic. And I would think of the characteristic because I was pulling out of me who I needed to be to move forward through this world. Hey, what's up, Khadija?
Hey.
You had to do it on the phone. The computer is funky.
Yeah, I've been having a problem with my Zoom lately.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It was like the links just disappeared. But
All right, I'll look at the setup, make sure everything is
They're
everything.
currently going through a change, upgrading the overall
Yeah,
internet,
that's
offering
what
a
I
higher
said.
package.
Oh. Ken said they're offering a new Xfinity high pack, but everything's working except for the YouTube site.
Gotcha.
It keeps freezing
Traffic.
traffic because it's New Year's, you know what I'm saying? So on the phone, it got me in, but you know what I'm saying? All right. Actually, it's probably better because sitting in that fucking chair. You know, I do it in better chairs. I came up here, but you know, all the comfort is downstairs. All right, anyway. So you have to get back to the innocence in your mind. I noticed one of the biggest things that I caught. You could just be sitting watching TV and you know, you're watching a regular show and you start zoning off in your own thoughts. Has that happened?
For sure. Every time.
Or you think about something. You ever notice in your mind, you can be thinking on something, you'll zone out in your thoughts, and you made a whole terrible scenario. You actually you see a whole story of death, car crashes, all sorts of trauma.
Right.
Why? What's happening? What's happening in terms of why you see these scenarios in your head? Those are what you have to stop. You have to figure out a system of catching yourself, realizing that you're having a whole negative thought. Those are spirits that want to keep you human. They invade you through lower nature thoughts. Anger is an actual entity that if you're primed for it, it ensconces you and it exists through you. That's why a dude could be chilling. You hit a trigger. What you say, motherfucker? What? It is like he's been possessed. You ever see all these inmates? Yeah, you know, I don't know what came over me for a split moment. Now the rest of my life I'm in here.
Right.
I don't remember it. You know, I just turned red. All I could see was red. Then I went there. That's because you've been taken over by an entity and you've been possessed. So what I did was able to take back and these are lower natured entities that are called thought forms. Formation of thoughts are now, that's how entities are born. So you can create an entity, which they have called Bobo. He's an entity. If you said to your father, Bobo, he'd probably smile.
For sure. Because he the one gave it to me.
Right. And he'll think of when you didn't ask for this, sneak out the window, got caught with the bitch in the house, or took his car, whatever the fuck happened that made you a teenager, Bobo would still make him smile. When my granddaughter be in this motherfucker and I find her cursing, she no longer says hi to everybody, no longer says thank you. You have to remind her. No more Nana, it's Nayani.
Right. So when my father goes through memories, he ain't talking about how cute I was. He's talking about how I was.
How innocent, probably.
Right.
And the innocence really is because your child looks up to you and she or he does nothing to trigger you. There's no way. And when Khadijah comes back, I'm gonna tell her the name. They found a actual scientific chemical. Somebody out there probably knows it, that is emitted and triggers in you when you're around babies. Fuck you think you like when the baby was in my son's baby mama stomach.
Yeah.
It was a it. Even after we knew it was a girl. Oh, we may not have known because we went to a gender revealing. No, they known because we went to a gender revealing. Anyway, we still was it when it comes. But when she comes, immediately you're ready to kill for her and die for her. What is that? What power is that? Is that us or is that a trick that was played on us? Because that baby may be older than your ass.
Right.
Both. Spiritually, that's how we get locked down here. All these chemicals and blah and the blit. But that's actually what you're supposed to learn to graduate from. Even that, which is the hardest. You never get a break from it. I see how it works. Because when I came and seen Torrin, especially Torrin and Keenan for that matter, and I immediately embraced them as stepsons. And Torrin needed a dad. He wanted to play PlayStation with somebody and get advice and throw the football.
Right.
Why not?
Right.
So Keenan was a little bit older. So, you know, he was and more independent, always has and still to this day is. So Torrin really wanted to be son. Keenan just wanted it when he needed it. Okay. So soon as Torrin's 21, 22, 20, you think, oh, it's over, nigga. We did it. Fuck all of this. I had the experience and I learned some shit. I learned patience and blah and whatever the fuck you're supposed to learn as a parent. Then they fuck you up with a grandkid. And you like, oh, I see how you never get out. Now it's even worse because at least you felt you controlled your child. Now you got someone you love that you left to these stupid niggas that you ain't sure already. Now, of course, they're not stupid or nothing, but you know, you still feel your kids are just starting to walk out and they still need you and they're learning how to pay their rent. They can't, how the fuck, oh no, your grandchild that you're bonding with and you're falling absolutely, totally and utterly in love with, they're the ones that are responsible for, like each time she walks out the house, you're like, damn, I don't know if she's coming back. You know what I'm saying?
It's a cold world.
fucking with them, you know what I'm saying? Just fucking them. So you kind of, those thoughts start to ensconce you, negative thoughts. There's always a pathway to negative thoughts. That's actually what you're actually supposed to be superseding here. That's the shadow talking to you. Your evil twin that's created because of your abuse or your living circumstance in the ghetto. I grew up in one of the hardest ghettos in New York, QB, the projects. The world for that matter. But no, I can't front. I've seen some places that ain't. In Jersey, half the project be condemned and them niggas be living in that. Talking about living hard. Queensbridge is almost luxury.
I thought Jersey was nice.
Jersey, parts of Jersey. It's always parts and there's the ghetto parts. Shit, Queensbridge is nice, actually. Very nice. And it's the working class of the project. Like, look out your window, you seeing fucking it's called the bridge because you seeing beauty. Man, somebody once said in some documentary, Queensbridge was cruel because you kind of could see Manhattan, but you couldn't access. So what the fuck movie you been watching, stupid?
Right.
That was, nigga, we couldn't wait to get to Manhattan, nigga. Like, that's exactly it. I remember when me, Hot Day were old enough to start going to a club, Latin Quarters. And that was the spot, you know, the first rap shit. Big. When we came back, Nas and them who were younger, their jaw was on the floor at every story. What about the bitches? Tell us about the bitches. Wiz from Braveheart with Nas, Havoc, all these little niggas, they looked up to us because we were the one level older than them pretty much. And we were the ones going to the city. Ain't nothing stopping you from going to the city. Like, you know, the city was right there. It had to be cruel to live in Queensbridge because you couldn't see you see the city, but you couldn't access. Are you kidding? Cost fucking $1 to go to Manhattan. We stayed in fucking Manhattan. Still walk to Manhattan over the bridge to go to John Jay Pool. Manhattan is just a part of us. And to see it at night, extraordinary. So because it was so close to Manhattan, it couldn't be a wretched projects. So the New York City Housing Authority made sure the streets was clean, made sure there was train access, make sure it was groomed and manicured, the landscaping. We had parks. It just was poor people who wanted to sell drugs. The young kids wanted to make money fast. So we made it rough. But I've seen poorer in Newark, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have the copyright on poor. It's just a hard project. But then when rap came and the egos came, it made it even harder because everybody's trying to live up to a rep, shooting shit up, you know what I'm saying, and all the rest of that. Fuck, I started talking about that for? You better know too.
Well, we left off on the Bobo shit. We left off on
Man, you dead.
names.
You fucking been left that shit, nigga. You're no help in that area, nigga. You're no help. All right. It was all good. Okay, so you have to be that animal or you won't survive. So what you walk away from when you finally move out that environment like I did is the residual thoughts that still exist in you in an environment that's not even your reality anymore. So I see it now being in Atlanta for close to 14, 15 years when a new recruit comes from New York, still wearing their Timberlands and their vest.
Yeah, camo.
You're right. Say that again.
Camo.
Yeah. Oh, camouflage. I threw all that shit away.
Right.
I was wearing camouflage and niggas was saying, thank you for your service. I'll be in the store and they be like, thank you for your service. I'm like, what service? What are they talking about? Fuck these white people. Yeah. Thank you for your service, sir. And then I'm like, oh, that's what they say when you in the war. So I threw all that camouflage shit away. It didn't fly out here, even though it was the fly shit in New York at the time. So I had to eventually hang up the Timberlands. Step one, I couldn't understand why people would say hello to you. Hey, in the store, want to talk to you and shit. Like, what the fuck is their agenda?
Right.
Because in New York, niggas say hello, you ain't even looking at them niggas. Because no one's saying hello. Yeah. So if anyone says hello, it's odd. You're waiting for them to say, yo, hello. Bro, you got $5 I can hold? You know what I'm saying? You don't even pay attention. I remember going to California, the lecture, going to the store, and no one said hello. I walked out literally upset. No one said hello. And I still thought I wasn't into that shit. Right. But I noticed the difference immediately. People down here, when they say Southern hospitality, and it is, where niggas will let you in their house and do everything, I couldn't see that first. Niggas are still dumb niggas. Let's not get that wrong. We all went through this Holocaust, but there's a certain nicety. A lot of it's fake, but you even fake it till you make it. There's a certain nicety that's down here. Certain negative thoughts that were overwhelming to a guy like me hasn't overwhelmed a lot of people down here. Everyone goes through what they go through, but I noticed the general consensus. It's not really that rough out here. Right. It's not really that type of thing. Right. That says a lot. That says a hell of a lot. It says, let me see. I need some shit to lean on, man. I might have to lean on this banister. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna need something hard to lean on. Yeah, let me lean over here because I keep leaning back. I might as well get something to lean on. All right, guys. Still getting it together. In any type of weather. Yeah, I'm good enough. The light is kicking. We do have light above us if we have to turn it on, but I'm gonna be all night. I'm gonna relax. All right. I'll show it. Here's a little bit better. All right. I look even more fucked up. It's all people complain. Not really people. A couple of people complain that I'm eating because they want somebody professional. It look worse now. I have to lean this motherfucker to be even better. There we go. Now we working. Not really, but okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right, so I retain more animalistic thoughts. I'll sit there and watch TV because I had abandonment issues. Everything was fine and ripped away from our mother and put in a foster home.
Right.
When I got with Khadijah, every time she walked out the door, I thought I would never see her again. That took me about 2 years to get over. That's what trauma is.
Right.
You can act as tough as you want to act, but listen to the word, act. Being tough is an act. Everyone in the ghetto is acting. You have to. But it doesn't mean they won't do what they got to do.
Right.
And they're usually doing what they have to do because they have to act tougher than the next person to survive. It becomes a vicious circle of egos battling each other. Egos battling each other. Who's the toughest? Who's the thuggest? Who's real? But really, that's the weakest. That's the weakest person in the room. Because the tougher you are, the more hurt you're trying to hide or protect. You have been really hurt, so you've gained this anger or toughness to protect that hurt, not to be hurt again. So all the ghetto bastards that we knew were the worst because of their very title, ghetto bastard. No mother, no this, mother on crack early on. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. My mom smoked crack.
Right.
I remember being 16 or 17, opening the door, seeing her on the couch smoking crack. Remember Marley Marl's sister told me, she was telling me shit was, your mom's be hanging up in this building. And these people, she's on that same floor, they be smoking crack in there. And I was like, really? Then I confirmed it. I seen her on the couch. And even though then I wouldn't have said it, I was absolutely, and crack was new then. Absolutely, positively traumatized. But I wouldn't have said that then. Didn't know how to say it then. But it turned out to be anger. And of course, I left in a fit of rage and knew, then actually let her go as what I thought from a child would ever be happening again. Now, all of these things create a thought frequency in you. Lower thoughts, therefore, there are entities that we created through our thoughts. There's an entity called depression, an entity called anger, an entity called shingles, an entity called low self-worth, low self-esteem, an entity called rape.
Lying.
Huh? Lying. Yes. Pathological lying.
Right.
All sorts of things. There's an entity that if you're primed for it, you will receive it. And you usually receive because your stronger thoughts were never given to you. They were given to you as bobo. But if you don't have enough to keep transforming you, you can't. I was at least wise enough. Damn, Khadijah cooking some good shit down there. I was wise enough to be able to try to do my best to keep reinforcing, even in my son in his 20s, positive thoughts. Even though he has his own negative thoughts, and those are his demons to fight. We have to fight those demons moving forward. Those demons were giving you a template and personified in Donald Trump. His behavior and what we've seen is the worst of usually a little bit of all of us.
All right.
And we have to see what we see in Donald Trump. What would you do? Would you do that if you were in that situation as what Trump did? And be honest with yourself. Not necessarily how, but shit, think about it. Trump says, I'm smart because I didn't pay taxes. You niggas wouldn't pay taxes neither. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but he's on 10 with it.
Right.
We have more of a reason, if you will, but we're not doing tit for tat, but we're trying to reason with that thinking that Trump has. And certain things may line up. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. If I find a way not to pay taxes, I'm gonna find a way not to pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? So don't get cuckoo with it, but understand he's doing it because he's a fucking thief and a cheat. Are you doing it because you're a thief and a cheat? Or are you doing it because reparations is really due? You've had a hard one and whatever, and the opportunity presented itself because that may be spiritual for you. And if it's coming from way up here heart, but if you schemed and scammed and dipped and dived,
Right.
when you could have paid it, maybe that says something. What it says, I don't know. You figure it out. I'm not telling you you should or you shouldn't. I'm saying that's the thought I think people should start having. You can weigh against him because he only represents the white experience that has destroyed this planet on 10. So look at his behavior and see if anything mimics that. When you have a narcissistic psychopath, is personified, if you don't know what that means, as Kanye West. Kanye West, who once dominated by accident more than any of his music, the clothing is what fucked him up. Because he's the first one to really steal, as I pointed out, from the Jamaicans with that fashion, made it popular, and he changed even the very clothes you're wearing now. How you're a skinny guy, but how your pants fit.
Yeah.
Niggas wasn't doing that shit. Remember the Sean Johns and the rocker wear?
Yeah.
Shit was like fucking parachute pants damn near. Know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now niggas wear fitted at least.
Right.
Suits, remember them Steve Harvey suits? My cuff got to be 3-inch cuffs and
TD Jakes got the worst suits. His suits was like fucking
right.
robes.
Yeah.
His suits were the worst.
So the suits was like
His
robes.
suits was like robes, son.
Right. Now you see Steve Harvey wearing that tight shit, looking fat as fuck. That fitted crap. That shit looks stupid as fuck to me too. You know what I'm saying? You seen that suit T.I. had on?
Nah.
This nigga look like he invented lemonade. he looked like Captain Sweet Tea. I'm gonna put up that picture somewhere.
That's funny.
They did a picture in the South, and it was a whole bunch of, the South people. He's standing in the front like he's the boss, but he's got that Colonel Sanders shit on. You know what I'm saying? Looking like it just looked like he invented the chicken. I invented the crispy brown tender piece chicken, third delight deluxe. Come on in and get you some of this. And don't forget to get your Meg the Stallion sauce.
Go along with your fixes.
Remember that shit? Meg the Stallion had a sauce at Popeyes?
Nah.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah. There's you remember? We got it. I said, remember get the Meg the Stallion sauce?
The Stallion sauce.
Shit was good as fuck too. I had it tangy and hot at the same time. Niggas and chicken. Remember Hammer did that commercial for popcorn chicken?
Yeah.
We were like, ooh, got that chicken?
Yeah.
Remember Mary was singing?
She's the worst of them all.
You seen
She
that?
does them. Yeah, I watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She does them constantly.
Yeah.
She's the worst of them all.
She does more than that?
She's done more. She's done it for McDonald's. She's the worst of them all. In my
Yeah, she'll do anything.
Right. Singing
Yeah.
so hard though.
Going
So-
hard.
the way she
Got
sing
that
it,
crispy
right.
chicken
Why they gotta
and
sing it
it's
with so
dipped
much
in
passion?
batter.
Moving her shoulders and shit.
Yeah. Ooh,
Just
that
going.
crispy chicken. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
T.I. looked like he invented the bird. Boy, my fries are delicious in this shit. All this funny dress, Kanye West takes credit in his mind for. So now, because he had so much control and lost it, he's fascinated with world leaders. And because he's a narcissistic psychopath, he's not looking at the morality of the leader, just the fact that people follow them. That's how gone he is. So he's sticking with Donald Trump and talking about this Hitler shit because these were narcissistic psychopathic world dominators, which in his mind, Kanye West believes he is or can be
Interesting.
because of the ego. That's why no human can escape this shit. You are subject as long as you have a brain to the flaw of this place, and you can succumb to humanity to get you a quick do-over. The thing or the goal here is to overcome. Well, why don't you commit suicide, Panic? Because you haven't did the work. The work is to graduate, not escape. Suicide says you're escaping something. But I thought you were God. How could you escape from yourself?
Right.
Because you came down here, didn't you? So if you came down here, you're here to learn, because that's the only thing that's really happening down here. It's a learning process. What if? What as? Well, we came to learn many things. I assumed if you're listening to me, something's resonating with you to where you're here to learn this. No suckers allowed. And if you're here to learn this, then what you're here to learn is how to graduate from this. The only thing, if your actions are under control, meaning you're not beating niggas in the street,
All right.
piping niggas over the head, you're not the Johnson, the nasty nigga in cubicle 3. I did the work that they can't fire for some fucking reason because of the law. If you're dirty to your neighbors, nasty to Uber drivers just because they're Uber drivers. Now, I understand that motherfuckers is trying to do something to you, but if you're not thinking that way, that's actually how you barrier yourself from the bullshit in your thinking. Remember, your thoughts dictate everything in your reality. You ain't getting your ass kicked if you ain't thinking about it at all. The people don't just walk up the street and they got their ass kicking. Well, how did that happen? Something in your thoughts, which are magnetic, had to pull it. That's why moving forward, everything is to sit with your thoughts. You don't need to do nothing else at this point. Before, we needed tools and needed places and symbols to get us there, rituals and go to the crossroads and do all of that. I'll go as far as to say we even past that. We don't need that. Now you need to sit with your thoughts and start to work with them. If you have a significant other, you need to discuss this with her, because that person will see the reflection of you and tell you like it is. Nigga, this is the problem. You just don't want to hear it sometimes.
Right.
And you don't know it, because when you hear it,
Right.
your conscious self cannot hear it. Your shadow self starts to answer it. What the fuck you talking about?
Right.
And you start punching walls, whatever the fuck it is you do, yelling or pouting, sulking,
Right.
or whatever it is that you do, because the shadow self is actually reacting to it because she outed you. And it doesn't like to be out. It doesn't, because you don't want to see what you had to become to survive. In fact, you became it to survive, to hide the hurt. So each time you deal with it, you're dealing with the hurt. And no one wants to deal with their inner hurt. So you get defensive when your wife or your husband says, look, bitch, you always do that. Your sisters and brother argument would tell you that. You always do that. You always do that. You always saying that. Here he go again. And you like, what this bitch talking? You're not even paying attention to it when your sister, when you was young. Oh, that's delicious. That is delicious. You're not even paying attention to it. And then, like I said, one of the things that woke me up, I had an argument with my sister and yelling, screaming, and then had an argument with Khadijah, and it was the same argument. The only thing they have in common is me. So it was like a flash. So I brought Torin in, my son, to be a mediator.
Right.
And he said, well, I said, there'll be no repercussions. There'll be no, tell me like it is. And he said, yo, you talk like sometimes like Khadijah, he was talking about his mom.
Yeah.
So like my mother is like opposition or an enemy. And that's a defensive thing he's noticing. And then, you know, I have to probe it, and then boom. I said, my sister it's almost like she was trying to get me angry to show me. Because her whole spirituality, fuck it. You ain't go nowhere. I'm like, I am that I am. But then, you know, we start arguing. And I said, that was actually the point of what she was talking about, of me not going anywhere. If she still can make me angry because she knows how to trigger me,
Yeah.
then the triggers aren't gone. Therefore, whatever it is, the anger I couldn't see as a kid, which is what I became because of our mother's illness, is what she was a spectacle of
Mm-hmm.
the whole entire time.
Mhm.
So when she's saying I haven't gone anywhere, like, what are you talking about? You know, I'm looking at all the books and all the doodads.
Right.
She showed me and proved to me
Mhm.
that I didn't in that area. And that became a realization for me. So I thanked her for that shit live. And we still ain't made up. And I still thanked her for it live, because it ain't about, it's up to her. I'm cool either way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if she feels a certain way, I understand that too. She spent a lifetime dealing with anger, and she's a younger sister. She's got to be where she's at, and I respect it. But where I'm at, easy as Sunday morning. You know what I'm saying? And I understood what she was saying in that area of it really hasn't changed. And I seen a flash all the way back to the day one of me in an anger problem. And then it began the problem of releasing it and what are the triggers for it. And when I started dealing with the triggers for it, I started to see in how many other areas I think negatively. And that's humanity.
Right. Because we'll see the triggers as cause and effect. Like, oh, you triggered me. Like, no.
No, well, they'll call it trigger. It's all cause and effect, but they'll call it trigger because a person who's not in that anger mode, they said, let me deal with Kenneth, but I know his triggers. So I know it's going to get Kenneth upset. I know it's going to get Kenneth happy. I know what makes him move and what makes him sit down. So if I had to deal with Kenneth because he has attitude or attitude problem or a scenario, my thing is, let me deal with him in a way I don't trigger him. If I had to deal with you, you feel what I'm saying? But we have to deal with Kenneth. Don't talk about that. It's going to trigger him. So it's all cause and effect, but it shouldn't be like that. You get what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if you could ever get to 100% of that in a human body, but there's so many little nonsensical things that would trigger an angry person or an insecure person or a person who feels he can never lose because it fucks with his rep. So you always got to be sharp, always got to be on point, always got to be the winner, always got to be in control, always got to be this, always got to be that. All of these things that you get caught up on are actually human flaw that you need to work on within yourself. And nobody wants to do that. They rather watch other motherfuckers and join other motherfucking bullshit because it's easier to be in a community, because when the community fails, which you're failing, you get to blame the community. It's an individual thing, and it's individual responsibility this year you guys should start working on. Have fun watching videos. Understand that those videos are supposed to be nothing more than information. Get this right. These videos are supposed to be nothing more than an information share. Get what I'm saying? Let me open up a little bit. Like these videos are supposed to be nothing more than an information share. And with that being said, take the information, make sure they're giving you the scholarship of where they got it from. If someone's saying 5 + 4 - 7 = 2, you should demand the book they got it from. What's up, Khadijah? Khadijah, what was that chemical you said that babies trigger in you?
What are we talking about though?
Remember I said, there's, adrenaline, this, that. I said, yeah, I read something that when you hold a baby or have a baby around you, there's a chemical that triggers in you. I think it started with a T. You remember that? Because you knew it right off the bat.
Baby, I wish I knew. If I remember, I'll let you know.
Okay, yeah, it was a trigger. All right, tickets are still, Khadijah reminded, tickets are still being sold.
Drunk sister the night tonight. We slumbering.
Okay. Okay, that sounds like a plan. A girl coming over so they can have a slumber party. That means I'm out the game. I'm out the game tonight. I just got to sit on the side and be company.
You on live, baby?
Yeah. Khadijah said, what up?
Folks? Hope to see y'all at the deity deck out party.
The deity deck out. Let's talk about it.
Tickets are still being sold.
Tickets are still being sold, guys. Don't worry. We got a bigger place for more niggas because so many niggas have been lining up. This is going to be the smash event of the year. Email info@samedireadings.com. Info, INFO, at SAMEDIREADINGS.com to get all the info, where to play. We got some celebrities coming through, already certified, playing tickets. We got Wild Style, Jizzles coming through. Jizzle. My girl Jizzle. That's my little sis. She coming through. Y'all know Jizzle. She was in that Puffy video. What was that record? Khadijah, you remember the name of the record?
I don't know what Puff's albums like that.
Yeah. But you knew the record though when you met Jizzle. You knew the record. I didn't know it at all, but she showed me that she was fire on it. Puffy was still doing his lovely la, but she killed it. She said Jay-Z gave her incredible props. Jizzle's nice. She's an ill writer. Jizzle's coming. She already certified, booked her ticket. I ain't see her in a while. Be happy to see her. Of course, B.O.B., my brother's coming. So, it's going to be a thing. Jazzo's talking about coming. So it's going to be a super rockin' smash affair. Glad to see you there. February 18th is going to be out here in Georgia.
If they don't get a ticket, they can't come.
Now, yes, Khadijah said tickets only. Well, they won't know where to go anyway.
Yeah, they won't know where it's at.
But if your friend tell you the location, don't think you can't pay at the door. That's Khadijah's rule. Me, I take all your fucking niggas' money. Come on, nigga. You just got to stand in the toilet, nigga. But you in.
You in, nigga.
That'll be $29.95. So Khadijah has a discount price for couples and price for singles. You must dress as a deity, else you will not get your ass in.
Deity, saints, God, goddesses.
Deity, saint, God, goddesses, or Bobo. Or Bobo.
Pick it.
Now, whatever you choose, you can't lose. I'll be set up in the back with books, herb packs, probably some of the sprays. So you can get that from me, or Manza will be back there with me. Yeah. We'll also be we set up for a little baby ritual for those that want to self-deify with what you dressed up and came as. So I have a little thing we can do that I learned to set you up, to get that energy going. So I'll have that set up, and that of course will be that's no price, of course. We'll just be doing that. It's not nothing that spectacular, but it's shit that works. So we'll make sure that happens. We'll have a DJ. It's going to be banging. Our parties are always banging. Khadijah's parties are banging harder. So now we just opened to the public. We was always doing shit like this, pajama parties and all sorts of shit. And I'm going to convince Khadijah next year to do a pajama party because I want to see some nipples.
I want to see some lace.
Free nipples and lace. Now, if she does the pajama party, I get to look. No touchy, but looky. That's Khadijah's rule. Thongs. If you're a deity with a thong on, who's going to stop you? If you don't shave. Let the hairs bust out. Do what you got to do, ladies. I can't, because I could look. No touchy.
Liz Cole said yes.
No touchy. Oh shit. Who said yes?
Liz Cole said
Come on, Liz. Hold on, let me turn on my chat. I want to see this shit. No touchy. Somebody's driving to Georgia, Soul Healer. Come on, Soul Healer. So yeah, so tickets are still being sold because they're so popular. And I seen the location. Gothic niggas. Woo! It's in this old fucking abandoned church. Nigga.
Wow.
That shit look like,
We gotta look
Damien. So it's going to be, it's not a space. This is going to be, I didn't even realize myself it was that big. Like Wild Styles in Chicago, and I wanted him to come. So him and his lady going to get a flight.
Right.
They going to stay with us. Wild Style, shout out to Wild Style from Crucial Conflict. One of the kindest, hardest motherfuckers to ever walk the earth. And a badass samba bitch to boot. He came to my house, showed me some mixing tricks. Now my studio sound like a motherfucker. Thanks to my man Wild Style. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm happy to see him, happy he's coming. So he's going to stay with us. You know, Khadijah loves him. And, you know, he's going to be one of the judges. We're having a contest. Best dressed. Best couple. And best some other shit. There'll be prizes. So let's do it. Know what I'm saying? I want to see you niggas in the building. That's on February 18th. So to get the process started, don't email me. It's not on my website. This is all about Khadijah. So email info at samdireadings.com. SAMDIREADINGS.com. February 18th, live February 18th. What up, Jesse Owens? Getting your run on, Jesse? Run, Jesse, run. Run, Jesse. February 18th, guys. All right, so you have to work on your own negative thoughts this year. And trust and believe, I've said a mouthful. Like I said, it's those thoughts you have when you drift off. You'll find if you ever just be thinking of a whole fucking scenario of your kids dying and catch yourself, like, ugh, what am I doing? That's a deity. That's an entity trying to get you when you're not paying attention.
Right.
When you're zoned out, that's when the entity is like, he's not blocking anything.
Right.
And then your thought starts drifting. He's trying to get that feeling in you, playing with your insecurities. I'm saying, like I said, when I first got here, because of my abandonment issues, every time Khadijah walked out the door, I start thinking she's not coming back.
Right.
Was that the last kiss? Was that, you see now by the garage, that picture of me as a baby with the Baphomet connected to it. I'm in the same position.
Yeah.
I put that there because that's the way Khadijah leaves. I was like, yo, she's protected every time she goes out the door. Now, oh, you leaving? Good, get the fuck out so I can run around this motherfucker and shake my penis. Don't do the Pee Wee Herman. Naked. Hit the door. Went back upstairs. Hey, Bobo! Hey, Bobo! What was I saying earlier? It's Bobo. It's Bobo. Hey, Bobo. So I was able to relinquish the thought. When Khadijah did a hypnotherapy session on me, it was pretty much the story of this old lonely nigga who wrote books by himself, ate spinach and a soup out of a can at a table. I said, what in the fuck? I seen all this vividly. What I realized was it was a thought process or a thought pattern of a life. Before I met Khadijah, I would have the thought, oh, what if you died alone? Didn't because these bitches is too stupid for me to see them as equal out here.
Mhm.
You didn't find that one yet,
Right.
and it's really in the mind. Pussy everywhere.
Mhm.
Mind not happening. So you think I can't put up with that in the house? Just pussy to live with. You got to live with your equal.
Mhm.
So my thought was like, you could be alone. I could be eating soup out of a can.
Mm.
But now that I've been with her for 10 years, why do I still have that thought? So going through the hypnotherapy, she helped me release it. I don't have no fear of that shit, but I may be subconsciously moving and acting with the fear of someone who could be alone. And each time we have an argument, I could get defensive on that level or over grabby or feely or clingy on that level.
So it can make decisions for you.
It's a decision. See, it's not making decisions for you.
Uh-huh.
Your shadow self is choosing this character that you've accepted the trauma or the thought, and now it's becoming the character of your thoughts. It's not making a decision for you. It's what you created in your own thoughts, not the white man, not the whatever, not the whatever. It's what you created. Let me move this. Somebody wrote, this dude is a fake. Oh, well, let's take him to the block party. Boink.
He's been doing that for a minute.
Yeah, like, you should have told me. Like, then why are you here? Like, see, if I'm a fake, then you're a dick hugger. Because if you don't believe in what I'm saying, you to come here to keep saying that shit means you're hugging someone's dick. Like, imagine you didn't like Ben Affleck, but you took your time to go to where Ben Affleck is to say, I hate you, Ben Affleck. What kind of loser do you gotta be? You know what I'm saying? And I get that they call him this, that, and the other. Well, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? There's 1,590 people in this room. If you're the only one saying it, or you're out of the 10 saying it, nigga, wife, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, you sound silly. Don't be here then. It's fake to people because they don't resonate with it. Some people cry when they see me. You get what I'm saying? So it's all different reactions. Only thing I really want you to do is have self-realization. You could cry and call me fake. Either way, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Khadijah thinks I'm nice.
Right.
She thinks I'm real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She thinks I'm real. Angela Newsom? I remember that name. There's a lot of people. Now, so it's your thoughts that actually are developing this hidden character. Everyone has this hidden self, the self that gets triggered through either insecurity, through anger, through routine. Everyone handles it differently. Some people internalize it, especially second children. Oldest children usually anger because there's nothing to stop them. I'm an oldest. The second one, because the oldest one is already acting out everywhere, they're not going to do that. They turn it inwardly, and depression is anger.
Right,
Turn inwardly.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So anger is one of the biggest deals in the game. Oh, don't point this way, nigga. You got a cold.
Oh, no, I ain't got no cold at all.
All right, there's a
At
lot
all.
of sniffles,
No.
nigga. A lot of
No,
sniffles.
that's just no.
A lot of sniffles there, nigga.
No, I ain't got no cold at all.
So, hold on.
What's up?
Bye.
Yeah, he's going in.
Oh, yeah. It's that same dude?
Same dude is going in.
Yeah, whatever. Let him.
Fuck.
Yeah, who cares? Somebody said Brother Panic is legendary.
Y'all should smell his farts.
Y'all should smell my farts. Yeah, you should. Those are legendary. Those are legendary, nigga. These farts are legendary.
I know you ain't lying saying Is he still alive saying that shit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Khadijah said, I know he ain't live saying that shit. Yes, I am, girly. All right. Let me go to the bottom. All right. So it's your thoughts that have to change. Know what I'm saying? Trying to pit one lecturer against another lecturer. Silly stuff. Childish stuff in nature. And against what I've been doing here since I got here. This shit is an information share. And that's all it's ever been. And that's what we need to take this as. What up, class 44 JD and 47? He said the Kung Fu Gas Master. You have no idea. And I could fart on cue. And I intro my farts. You ever heard that thing before Kenny? Huh? Bow. It took him about fucking 6 months to realize it.
It was coming.
He knows. Each time I say, you ever hear that? No, I ain't hear that. Gonna hear it anyway, nigga. All right, let's shout out some people. Mindset. Ask some questions. Let's talk about questions. Come to Toronto. I'm scared if they send me to Canada. If I go to Canada, I'll never get back in this motherfucker. Like now we got you, motherfucker.
That would be fun though.
No, that wouldn't be fun. Oh, you mean just going out there?
Yeah.
You know, I probably would travel a little bit further now. Now I went through all this back shit,
Right.
and I couldn't travel. Now I see, well, maybe it may be valuable to do it before we leave this motherfucker.
Right.
When are you dropping the next lecture video? I really ain't been thinking. Maybe I should set up something which y'all want me to talk about. I've talked about so much and can talk about so much. I'm not really inspired to talk about nothing anymore that I felt I haven't said. And I get that. That's what Bobby was feeling. Because Bobby stopped lecturing actually 2 years before he got sick. And one thing he said was, how many times am I going to keep talking about my eye? And nothing's really happening because he comes from a crowd where they expect something to happen. And he knew it, but Black people don't understand the sophistication of it's an internal happening because they're not accessing it. So now I've gotten a little bit further in time down the line, and I've seen a few people access it, and the ability maybe because it's been talked about internal work by me primarily a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen people get more of that message. So I'm a little bit more hopeful. So, but at the same time, I understand what he's feeling. You just run out of shit to talk about. There's no lust to talk about anything. Once I talked about how to die and not come back, everything else is just like, oh yeah, we could talk about that. Yeah, I still could talk for 5 hours, 9 hours on anything, but nobody's really, because really it's supposed to be a new generation of motherfuckers talking. It really is. But you have a bunch of motherfuckers listening. You see like how a guy would come in here and write all that stupid shit. That's the audience. That's stupid. That's a stupid human. That's a human being. And whoever, let's say if that's what's inspired by the teacher that person is following, and that teacher's not telling them that's not what it's about, that's questionable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it is what it is as well. And I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? You know, on a level where my heart is just all in it. But it's the climate of who you're talking to now. Before it was such a small contained network, anybody who showed up was meant to be there because it took a lot to get there. Now this shit is just entertainment. Motherfuckers got famous by talking about other motherfuckers. I heard a nigga say, I'm trying to debate niggas because that's the only way to get on. What about if you had knowledge and information that's really transformative and people could hear the frequency? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
What about that? Ain't nothing about that. But there's always going to be a fucking overzealous monkey who's sitting there coming in my room doing this. That's who you are.
Right.
That's who that is. That's what that is. That doesn't move me. I talk about it so y'all could have a lesson out of it. You know what I'm saying? This is the actual gist of what I'm talking about now. How such a rap mentality of fucking the Furious Five versus the Treacherous Three in lecturers is ensconced in someone's brain to where they still think there's a lecture battle. No, I say what I say. That person says what he says. What resonates with you is what your mind is hearing. Go there and hear it and do it. Because even with the other folks, you ain't doing shit. So that's why you have time to come over here, because you didn't get your herb pack fast enough. Knock it off. It's pathetic, it's small, and it's truthfully what I think an agent does. So if you're not an agent, you're an agent provocateur. Woo, yeah, they're getting down. You know, somebody said Michael Jackson woke that ass up. No doubt. Michael do that too. Mike was a powerful entity contained in the body. Not so sure Prince was. That Prince was, boy. Prince played all them fucking instruments. I always fuck with Prince, but Prince was a bad motherfucker too. No doubt about it. What up, Cedric Ganger? I remember that name, class 47. We about to start them cyclomancy classes sooner than later, y'all. Sooner than later. I'm feeling get in a more teachy mood than I am in a lecture mood when somebody asks. Prince was the GOAT. I ain't gonna take that away from you, G, from Detroit. Yeah, he's close to Minnesota. That's how he's close to Minnesota. Close to Minnesota. Close to Minnesota. That's why that nigga feeling that Prince shit. I make pancakes and I wear blouses.
And I
Like
and I shoot hoops.
I shoot hoops in my heels. Ooh, ooh. Prince plays that guitar so funky. Yeah, Prince ain't no joke either. That's what Estelle said. Nah, I don't know, man. Because you watch the movies. Tell me, see, Prince ain't no joke, but I still have right now Under the Graffiti Bridge that can dispute that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got dispute facts. Because between Prince and Michael Jackson, you can't win. You can't get even. You can't get out of the game. Now, I love them both. You know what I'm saying? Even that's no battle as well. They both are talented. In fact, that's the exact point I'm making here. They both are talented in their own ways. I just didn't groove off Prince, but I recognized his mastery.
For sure.
And as a fucking god, I can recognize in most people some sort of talent. You know what I'm saying? As a god, might be Waters. I can recognize the talent. So, of course, there's no Prince versus Michael Jackson. That's a human thing, and they actually went through it. But me personally, I didn't get down with Prince. You know what I'm saying? Because that style of shit wasn't my shit. Like, in fact, we need to be able to laugh at it, but still recognize it. Now, Khadijah was all about that Prince life. Feel what I'm saying? I remember, listen, man, I was all about that Michael Jackson life. I remember I set up the record player in my house in the projects, turned my bunk beds towards the window, open up the windows, open up the shade, played Michael Jackson, got dressed up, put on shoes, combed my hair, had Dane come and sit in the window, and I was singing Michael Jackson songs to the hood rats, to Sanji and them little dirty bitches out my window. They thought I was losing my fucking mind. Then one time, I took some angel dust, and they had a Queensbridge Fest. They do a mic. I started singing, not on the stage. I started singing Mike to Carlos's mother. She was looking at me like, little nigga, it's impossible for me to give you this pussy. Our love will be forbidden, nigga. And I'm sitting there going, let me tell you now. Ooh. She's like, when I had you to myself, I didn't want me around. She's looking at me like, little nigga, what the fuck are you doing? I'm gonna tell my son on you. That angel dust, nigga. You didn't hear me saying kiss. Like Under the Cherry Moon was my favorite movie for how bad it was. When I lost my marbles in the theater, when Prince said, motherfucker, and under the purple, and under in Purple Rain, motherfucker, kick your ass, motherfucker. I'm like, no, don't do that. When he was doing all of that shit with the earring on the bike, I don't know. But that shit worked. And when you read his story, he walked into a record label, Warner at the time, as a young kid, played his demo, and then told them he played every fucking instrument, because he does. Oh, bad motherfucker? Yes. No doubt. But of course, there's Hendrix, James Brown, Lennon. We could go on all day with and Prince did steal from them, though. Rick James. Oh, I got you. We could go there too. But he still knew how to fiddle them things. Making a persona or personality, because remember, Prince was trying to be funk. Michael Jackson did Thriller, then Prince became cute. Let's not forget that. But it's all good. That's how that works. And that's what they beefed about. But he still knew how to play that guitar. He still knew how to captivate audiences. He still knew how to wear damn near a dress and get bitches. That androgyny shit came out of Minnesota and then went to California. Before rap music, California niggas was dressing androgynous. All you gotta do is look at Dre's shit and that glittery shit he had on. That's how they was rocking. Charlie Murphy said it real quick. He said, I don't know what y'all was doing in the 80s, but y'all was wearing some funny shit in LA. They was. Until rap. And it's all good. That's how things work. So there's always different strokes for different folks. But if you find yourself going, if I find myself going to what I don't like in my different strokes, and then having to comment or sit around and shit and do all sorts of shit, you have a different kind of problem. You know what I'm saying? The world-class wrecking crew. I got it, Black Light. And them songs with Michelle Lay was on fire, too. Fuck what they had on, too. They was on fire with it. Badass, you know what I'm saying? He said Babyface and them. That nigga, remember that comedian said, he got a baby face, but regular grown-up teeth? Got a baby face, but regular grown-up teeth. The Wizard of Oz, badass. Yeah, that's one of my favorite lectures. I like that shit. Man, because it works as a chakra flow, but then when I learned the pyramid text, oh, goody, goody, goody. It was that too. As said in improvement, because both lectures are up. Hold on, let me find my water. The fuck I just do? What the fuck? Where the fuck is this motherfucker? What did I do with that water, Ken?
It should be right next to you.
This shit is nowhere to be found. If you see
It's right in front of you. On your right.
Oh, I hit it right here. Dumb nigga shit. Parliament, really my uncles was really hard in the Parliament. And you got a can in my way?
No, you good. I can sit right over there.
All right, those two got to go on the top.
Yeah.
The old ones. Put them to the side at least. Parliament Funkadelic, they did good in New York with all the hit songs, Flashlight and all that other shit. But all of that extra 15-minute shit, my uncles and them fucked with that hard because they were the young kids of that time in New York. But California kept it going. And that's why it's so it's just stayed into what it is. And then, of course, they all became classics. That sound, Roger, and then that other sound, like even Foxy, Get Off and all that shit. Damn, that's a good soft drink. Michael Jackson started as a kid, yo. That's Baby Mike. I was in the window singing that shit. Yeah, Cali definitely kept funk alive, Devin Jones. And then Dr. Dre, actually, he's the one that gave it a rebirth through rap. And because a lot of people in the South flowed with that and hated New York niggas, they gave us up real quick without egos. Know what I'm saying? They gave us up real quick. You know what I'm saying? Without egos. Talk that sass. That's right, Devin Jones. Oakland, Oaktown. I don't know. That was a rap thing, but they actually killed it. Ken, cut on them lights. It's starting to get dark.
All right.
Those two lights will do it. Oaktown, know what I'm saying? That was a big one. They had an energy surplus, I think, an energy grid. You good, Ken?
Yep.
All right. They had like a little energy grid going on. Anita Baker, Janet Jackson, popular in LA. Yeah, Anita Baker was big in New York too, because she also gave a lot of acapellas, so DJs mixed it. Janet was just Janet. She was actually a pop star, and the girls liked her. A lot of girls in New York loved her because of the Bay Area was popping. Confunction was badass. Y'all know the shit. E40 from Memphis. I feel his flow. I wasn't, I didn't listen to it, but I got that. Phyllis Hyman, somebody said that we could shut it down right now. That's my girl. I've talked to Phyllis Hyman many times. She's come through. I've talked about it. You ever heard of Aretha Panic? Nah. You heard of that, Ken?
Nah, Aretha. I know Aretha.
I know Aretha.
What about Lisa? Was she in New York?
Oh, Lisa, she's from New York.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Cold Jams?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen them niggas at the Shark Bar. My girl got excited, and I was mad as a fuck. I was like, bitch, I wanted to pour her drink out. Like how that dude poured the drink out in Harlem Nights. She said, she was looking at Richie. He said, then pay for your own drinks. Poured it. I wanted to do that shit. Then I chilled, then Denzel walked up. Over. Denzel! I said, get the fuck off of me. Denzel ain't even come in the Shark Bar. Shark Bar was like a popular spot for 80s famous motherfuckers in New York. Right off of Broadway in 74th or 5th. Sheila E. Oh man, I was in love with Sheila E. Even before she was in Crush Groove and fucked it up. But I still wasn't mad at her Crush Groove for who she was, even though she made it corny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When she was rapping, you big koala bean head run. Get the fuck out of here. That was whack. But she was on them drums. Forget about it. Forget about it. And got sicker. Sheila E's a G. But I used to even like the song. Shark Bar 75. There you go. Jeffrey Bay. Teen Era Street Lords. Detroit Blade Icewood Street Lords. Now we ain't hear about them, boy. Bob Marley. He is who he is. As a kid, you just heard all the songs that mattered. One Love. I've talked to Bob Marley spiritually. I've documented that when that happened. The Barcades, Bad Motherfuckers. The Meter. Oh, if y'all want to get into Bad Motherfuckers, The Meters, a Bad Motherfuckers. Isaac Hayes, a bad motherfucker, of course. The Maestro, bad motherfucker. Even more than the hits. Just all the album cuts, that's crazy. I mean, Isaac Hayes was a bad motherfucker. Them fucking progressions are crazy. You know what I'm saying? Isley Brothers, of course. Barry White, of course. Yeah, that's what I said, the Maestro.
Yeah, okay.
Foxy Brown used to be in the Shark Bar. Yeah, I'm sure. Curtis Mayfield, who said that? I ain't your friend. You're right. The Ebonies, Donny Hathaway, Kool Keith. Yup, what? Lakeside, yup. Barry White, Miles Davis, Gerald Levert. Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah. Marvin Gaye, Barclays, Teddy Pendergrass, Marvin Gaye, Tammy Terrell, Patti LaBelle. I don't know about Patti, son. I mean, of course she's talented. Just saying, me personally, too much yelling and too much of this shit. But Lady Mama Law, when she was with the group,
LaBelle.
that was fire. Careful. That was fire. But when she started jumping on stage in the 80s, all of the motherfuckers, Roy Ayers, all the motherfuckers from the 80s,
Roy Ayers, yeah.
all them niggas from the 80s fucked up. When Lionel Richie started singing Dancing on the Ceiling, when Jermaine Jackson sang Dynamite, when Tina Turner and Ike Turner, who's one of the baddest motherfuckers to walk the planet, so is Little Richard, in the Kings of Ike Turner and the Kings of Swing, Little Richard, and Chuck Berry. But when Tina Turner was singing, I'm your private dancer, dancer for money. No, even my mother, who was mentally ill, said, you know, that ain't Smokey no more. You know what I'm saying? Good to see, just to see her. Just to know her.
Ebony Eyes.
And that shit was still fire. Nah, when they sang slow jams, they still kept it. Ebony Eyes was fire. Rick and
Right.
and that nigga, Ebony Eyes, I love you. Oh, got to know what got Ebony Eyes. They was fire. Smokey was bad in the goddamn 60s, one of the best, because he wrote all that Motown shit. But that soundtrack for Cooley High, fuck you, that was the greatest. Detroit put some shit in the game. That Motown sound, boy, that Barry Gordy, man, that was the Puffy of the day. That nigga, man, when you sing that shit, man, take it, your pick. Morris Day and the motherfuckers was bad too, from Minnesota. 7779311. Rockwell, I don't know. Rockwell had a song. Michael Jackson made that song. Because remember, Rockwell thought he was rapping. I always feel that I'm going to the store. Mike sang the hook. But, you know, I ain't going to take none of Otis Redding, Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke was one of the baddest motherfuckers to ever do it as well. Sade, Old Dirty Bastard, was a master. Unity. Full Force was actually greasy but bad. Slave was bad. Howlin' Wolf was a bad Thelonious Monk. That Howlin' Wolf, whoa! Willie Hutch. Willie Hutch was one of the bad. David Ruffin. You ain't nothing without David Ruffin. James Brown, MF Doom, Big L. Ghostface. Yes, Willie Hutch. Weather Report. What's them girls? I want to go outside in the rain and make her penguin and make her I'm crazy. And that Barry White's group. Hey, bitch. And I'm walking in the rain with the one on my mind. Donna Summer was bad. The Dramatics, Prodigy. Lakim Shabazz. Somebody said Lakim Shabazz. You an old motherfucker. Who's that? The Fritzberg. Lakim Shabazz. Damn. I don't even remember the songs. I remember Lakim Shabazz. Otis, Prodigy, Pebbles, SOS Band, who was produced by Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, I believe. That's I like what you do. No.
SOS Band, people always talk
About these changing. Don't you ever about to just be good to me. Words Born, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis. They said when they did the record, Prince cut him off. He wasn't supposed to do shit without them heels. But they went and produced the SOS, Just Be Good to Me. Ooh, tight.
Yeah.
And of course they did Janet shit. Al Green, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's the panty wetter.
The Grits, man.
Grits, man. Them grits is right. DJ Quick was live. He wasn't good. That wasn't have Vanity. Nah.
Somebody said Lakeside.
Lakeside Vanity was copying. Remember, Rick got the Mary Jane Girls.
Mary Jane Girls.
Then Prince went got Vanity 6.
Petty.
Come on, son. Y'all niggas need to know. Well, Rick James made a stink on it. Know what I'm saying? Guru, my nigga. My guru. Jazz Mataz, you ain't never lied. Keith Sweat, I go from Roscos. Yeah, I didn't listen to it, but he's talented, no doubt. Who's Dexter Wenzel?
Oh, he was a producer. He made instrumentals in the 70s. Incredible shit.
Incredible shit.
Incredible.
Put me up on it.
Yeah, I seen you some shit.
What was that lady you put me up on? She was sweet too. I used one of them shits.
Oh, her name is starts with a D.
Yeah, she was hot. She was hot.
Ashbury.
Something Ashbury. She's fire.
Ashbury.
Jay Dilla. I only heard that shit the other day. I didn't know he existed and died.
Yep. I seen
But
him.
Jay Dilla must be
He
somebody.
was amazing.
Sun Ra.
Yeah.
Big Pun. Yup. James Brown, of course. Eartha Kitt.
Yeah, Dorothy Ashby.
Dorothy Ashby, right? She was fire. Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, I think I could go for Kendrick Lamar. Khadijah likes him. Oh, Philly.
Philadelphia International.
Philadelphia International. Everything.
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 You got to go through the names.
Everything.
Yeah.
Junior, mama used to say. African Bambaataa in them, even though there's terrible allegations. The music. People do it for R. Kelly, so why not? No one said R. Kelly.
Man, listen.
No one said R. Kelly.
R. Kelly was that nigga.
His music was that nigga,
Right.
but
His
he is a
music,
pedophile
he is a
and an
pedophile
abuser.
and an abuser. You can't even he can't take no excuse other than himself.
Is he in jail
He's
still?
in jail right now?
Oh, he's
He's in
been.
prison.
They
He's
making
in
love
jail.
to him.
Yeah, he's in prison.
Well, did he get a number?
I don't know his sentence, but he got a sentence though.
Oh, anybody know Sylvester, R. Kelly, Tupac?
Sylvester, that's funny.
Tupac was an agent. You can find that shit online. There's too much information. Nina Simone, Left Eye Lopez. Who else I got downstairs? Mike. We got Mike. Tito Jackson. Somebody did shout. Okay, KRS-One. I'm from Queensbridge. You know I can't co-sign. 3-6 Mafia. I don't know about it. If y'all say it, it must be Mantronic. Somebody's
Mafia.
real old. DJ Screw.
That's not
Dexter
sexy.
Wenzel. They already put that in there.
What they know?
MC. Somebody said MC Trouble. Y'all niggas need to stop. Y'all just saying names. Somebody said Cambada. You heard it?
I heard some stuff.
Okay. Eddie Murphy. My girl wants to party all the time. Party all the time. I'm getting hungry. I'm going to fucking eat. These niggas. Y'all can keep doing that. I'll catch y'all on the
They
slip.
saying Lionel, but they didn't even mention the Commodores.
Who cares? I'm going. All right, niggas. Y'all heard it. Bye.